On this road trip to southern Yunnan, we have driven almost around the entire Honghe prefecture. Last episode, we ventured from Hekou, the border town to Vietnam, then towards Gejiu, Mengzi and Kaiyuan, before finally reaching Mile deep in the night.
Good morning. We arrived real late last night here in Mile, and we were all feeling blurry eyes. We checked in straight away and got some rest. We couldn't see anything because it was too dark, but this morning, this is what greets us. It's a bit of a dream for me because I've never stayed in a vineyard before, so I'm really looking forward to this morning's chateau tour.
Mention red wine and places like Bordeaux in France would come to mind. However, the 10,000 acres of vineyard here in Mile is the largest growing and processing base in southern China, and they might change perception soon. Though still a seemingly unexpected sight in China, locals are swirling their glasses and savoring its culture. Mile is blessed with a pleasant spring-like climate that naturally supports grape cultivation. It's the perfect environment for a red wine drinking culture to thrive in its landscape.
When are we going to drink the wine?
This cellar looks like a medieval relic and has a distinct wooden fruity smell. Something tells me that good wine is just round the corner.
It's well worth to come in here and have a look at how wine production is made. I mean, most times you just gulp it down, but it's 10 kwai only to see all this, and just to see the storage of wine, the fermentation, everything. Although it looks a bit like a dungeon in here.
China is a newcomer to the wine world, and adding a newer spice is one way to stay ahead in the domestic market.
Oh, this is the French one.
It's quite bitter than those Chinese.
I believe ladies would love this version. That's why one is really good.
They teach the local people to produce and make the wine. When the missionary comes here, they teach you like Bibles, also teaching how to make it.
The Bible of making wine.
Yeah, together.
Right,
yeah.
all at the same time.
Like I said before, like we use it not Cabernet Sauvignon or Sauvignon Blanc, this kind of foreign wines. We use our native wine.
And your native own grapes that produce that specific taste. Because at the end of the day, it's not really about manufacturing another type of Cabernet. You couldn't do it better than the French.
Of course.
Right. But you could do your own.
Own thing.
Right.
Be unique. From the lower alcohol level to the strongest alcohol level.
Alright, so we first get happy and then we get totally messed up.
Yeah. It's like that, yeah.
Very nice. I like that concept. So we start from the left and then we work our way up.
Okay.
And how many percentage of alcohol is
this? This is 60%.
What is that? What is this?
Baijiu is the preferred drink of choice in China. It literally means white liquor, and it's made out of wheat, barley, and other grains. This company made a red wine version of baijiu with the same alcoholic content of 60%. Now that will knock your socks right off. Vines were brought over by the French missionaries some 200 years ago, and this is one of the few vineyards that support the tourism industry. Located on the Kunming-Hekou Highway, 14 kilometers from the seat of Mile County, you can book the location for a private event and spend romantic nights on the vineyard.
When French missionaries came here over 200 years ago, they not only introduced religion, but also their love for wine cultivation. And it doesn't take a genius to figure this out. A church and a chateau and a vineyard equals an enviable wedding for any bridezilla. And it's not like I'm getting hitched anytime, but it's a tip for you lovebirds out there.
The vineyard is only a short 15-minute drive to the next attraction, the Golden Buddha. This massive Golden Buddha is hard to miss. It stands proudly at almost 20 meters tall. The name of this Buddha, Maitreya in Sanskrit, is Mile in Chinese. Obviously, Mile County has warmly embraced this statue as a sign of good fortune for its own namesake.
All right.
Pretty much it.
How do you find Mile then?
I like it. I like it a lot. I like China.
What do you like about it?
The people. The people are really good. Really kind. The place is fun. It's interesting. Something new.
So are you guys like on a day trip or are you leaving Mile?
I met these English teachers who have been living here in Mile. To get a glimpse of the Golden Buddha takes 1,999 steps, And that's quite an effort.
Thatch roofs and
We're only halfway there.
and just really, it makes you feel like you're just taking the time capsule back in, like, it's quite, yeah, so you get to see like quite interesting diversity. Basically, it's in Sanskrit. It's called Maitreya, and it's been translated to Mila in Chinese, and that's why it's the exact same name for this county.
The sheer size of this Buddha has attracted both believers and non-believers to admire the golden glow. Mila is seen as an ideal place to live, where climate and culture respectfully bow to each other.
The weather's fantastic. We're in the middle of winter right now.
Yeah, it's coming up Christmas.
Yeah.
It's like this.
All of us are in short sleeves.
The people are just fantastic. The kids, I think the kids are just tremendous. They're so enthusiastic every hour of every day. And the respect as well everyone has for each other, and the respect for elders, that's gone completely in Britain.
So you notice it.
Kind of like belly up.
Just like most of Yunnan province, Mila County has a rich history of ethnic minority groups living side by side one another. 23 groups live here, including the Han, Zhuang, Miao, Hui, and the largest, which is the Yi ethnic minority. We are on our way to Keyi village to visit a sub-branch of the Yi called Asi. Located about 21 kilometers from Mila town, it takes only 30 minutes from the Golden Buddha statue. Tucked away in Sisan Township, Keyi village has become a tourist hotspot, and it's well prepared to handle the inflow of visitors. Here in Keyi village, a welcoming ceremony is just getting started, topped off with a high-pitched shrilling which is part melodious, part hypnotic, unlike anything I've ever heard. Part of the procession includes walking over a small bush of fire. Locals believe that any evil will be smoked out. For a humble 90 RMB, you get a bus ride, dinner, entertainment, and a village tour. That's definitely a bargain for culture vouchers. What makes this place so special? Asi Village's claim to fame is the origins of a folk dance called Asi People Dancing with the Moon. The choreography was thumped out of its brown earth. There are more than 200 households in Keyi village, and you can catch a slice of their lives here. Often, they'll just be in their everyday clothes, as the ethnic outfits only come out for special occasions, ceremonies, or dance performances. That will certainly be one of the main highlights for this evening, and I'm looking forward to see their colorful ethnic costumes. While this village is known for one folk dance, it's now invigorating its culture by displaying its ethnic customs, culture, and musical instruments in a designated exhibition hall.
好可爱。
I've said it and I'll say it again. It's a downright bargain to get transportation, a day tour, dinner, and entertainment for just 90 RMB. That rounds up to about $14 US. It naturally comes as little surprise that more and more visitors are flocking here for the cultural fest and yummy food. When we sit for a meal, it's almost inevitable that you will hear a song before their version of a spirited cheers, followed by the clanking of glass. This is how the fellowship starts in this part of the world, and in some strange way, not too different from what I'm already used to. There is a hospitality that warms my stomach with the baijiu. In fact, our whole crew had to chuck down the alcohol as a sign of respect. Even our driver, Mr. Zhang, pretended to drink up, as this was not the occasion to say no.
Oh, that's hot, that's hot. You know what? The ethnic minority Philharmonic Orchestra, they belt it out at the top of their lungs and they're like, drink it up. And that's the hospitality they have here. You know, coming here this afternoon was great because you get to see the villages live, what it's like, and really have a sneak peek in the most natural form. And then at night, you get to just eat and feast and feel the celebration spirit. I think it's a really good deal. It's the best of both worlds.
My journey has taken me to far-flung places in Honghe Prefecture. With almost 10 groups of ethnic minorities living here, I feel privileged to meet the few. From the Flower Waste branch of the Yi ethnic minority in Shiping to the Yiche branch of the Hani ethnic minorities, these mountain people have opened their homes and hearts to us. This enigmatic province houses 25 ethnic minorities. That's almost half of this country's total. What's part of cultural identity and of many of these groups is communicating through song and dance. And nothing beats a first-hand experience in this hilly setting. For me, a camera can hardly capture the essence. It's something you must experience. He has lighted my heart as strangers have now become friends, with a little help from Baijiu, of course.
And we're running for our lives! With each around this massive bonfire! And you're looking for excitement and vigor? Yunnan has it! Woo!
The night ended on a climax and we were feeling totally elated. But the dance left us exhausted and it was time to head back. Mila has scored massive points for me and fulfilled a lot of my traveling needs. From the romantic vineyards and the spiritual golden Buddha to a cultural experience at Keyi village. It seems to have it all and more. Tucked in Kunning's backyard, location-wise, it's easily reached by a highway. The all-year-round spring-like climate is also another big draw for visitors. Mila is blessed with abundant geothermal resources, and that means dipping into the hot springs is a top activity here.
Last night in Huchuan Hotel, and we're having brekkie now. It's a definite upgrade, this place, from the rest of accommodation I've had in Honghe Prefecture. I mean, you can get good 4-star comfortable lodging, but this has an unbeatable resort-like feel to it. And really, it's packed full of good facilities for the children as well, and it's a top dog on my list. Well, since we're fast approaching the end of my trip, I thought, you know what, I could splurge a little bit. So our next stop would be Lucy after breakfast.
Our last destination in the northernmost tip of Honghe Prefecture is Luxi County. Honghe is known throughout China for its tobacco and tin production, and not to mention the scenic rice paddy fields of the Hani ethnic minority. So it's a rare treat to see something different tucked in Luxi County. Just 1 hour's drive from Mila, the star attraction of the day is Alu Gudong, tucked 5 kilometers west of Luxi County. This ancient limestone formation has carved its own reputation.
We're here in Luxi, and this is our last stop here in Honghe. Now, Luxi is only 38 kilometers north of Mila, and it's quite easy to get here. Now, I'm sitting outside the park, just outside Alu Gudong, and it's so chilled out here, I thought I'll just soak up some sun. Alu Gudong is kind of like Swallow's Cave in Jianshui, so I want to see what the difference is, because I'm sure there's some things that, well, might just pack a surprise in there.
It costs 80 RMB to tour the massive cave, which has 3 inner caves and an underground river. And the bonus? It's only 80 kilometers away from the legendary stone forest, known throughout Yunnan for its hauntingly beautiful karst formation. The locals here really know how to enhance nature's gifts. They use motion sensors, colored lights to create an atmosphere of mystery, while the river brings you to hidden nooks and crannies.
So it seems like we're going through every little nook and cranny and labyrinth inside this cave. And what's beautiful about this is that the reverb here is one of a kind. It makes me want to go like this. The caves are alive with the sound of music.
If you thought bathroom acoustics were brilliant, this is unbeatable. And I had to let go of my inhibitions and embrace my inner diva.
I'm begging you for my to release me. Sing it, Peter!
Any truth, don't make it bad. Take a sad soul and make it better. Remember.
After that spirited KTV session, we jumped off the boat and got onto a cable car. The tour seemed to be packed full of different transportation modes, but for good reason. Alu Gudong, or Alu Cave, has interesting spots dotted throughout the 3 caves, and it's well worth the 80 RMB.
Ordinarily, you might just walk by a formation like this, but check this out. I'm making music with Mother Nature.
Before you leave this cave, try and spot the creation of live formation on the wall that my fellow Singaporean discovered. Can you see it? The cave in Lucy is breathtakingly beautiful, and what's even better for travelers is that it's located close to Kunming on the northernmost tip of Honghe Prefecture. We wanted to hit the road before dark, but couldn't leave without first visiting Chengzi village. Locals claim that from afar, Chengzi village looks like the famed Potala Palace in Lhasa, in the Tibet Autonomous Region in China. Here, houses are stacked on top of one another, and you literally have to walk on your neighbor's roof to get to your front door. This village is the last stop on our road trip in Honghe Prefecture, and so it meant just that extra more. Located just 25 kilometers from Lucy town, here, simple villages weave into a stunning landscape. At the highest point of this village are 17 houses stacked on top of each other. The quaint lifestyle here reminds me of the flower-waste branch of the Yi ethnic minority in Shiping. This village here has a century-old history and till this day keeps its door wide open and free to visitors. It's been like the blink of an eye. But our road trip around Honghe Prefecture has clocked at 20 days and almost 3,000 kilometers. Southern Yunnan is tucked between majestic mountains, rolling with honey rice paddy fields and lush green forests. And some of the most fascinating ethnic minorities whom we've met live in far-flung corners of these highlands. Their natural sense of wonder and their harmony with the nature, landscape and climate is the best and most authentic souvenir you can pick up here in Honghe.
This is my last stop here in Honghe. And I find it so hard to leave this. For the city, I'm going back to where there's smog, pollution, chaos, people, madness. Now, Honghe might not be the first place that comes to mind when someone says, let's take a vacation here in Yunnan province. That's because tourism is still in its infancy stage and you can't find a lot of English information. But it's because of this very fact that a large part of Honghe is left untouched, it's unspoiled, and it's beautiful. Now the secret is out, so get here as soon as you can. My name is Greta Georges, and this has been Travelogue.